I can't hear you. I'm really, really good at handling my business. I hustle hard.
Hi, welcome back. This is Focus Power 6.3, and today it's all about core and balance. And you might see a lot of stuff going on here. You're like, Kanoa, what is happening? So, a couple of things. These are all optionals, but you can use a mat if you have a fitness or exercise mat, a yoga mat. We're going to be doing some core work on the ground today. What? Yes, we are. And I have a chair. This is for stability. We're going to be doing some balance work, some leg lifts. And so if you want to use a chair, a stool, a table, even your wall, there's an option. Or maybe you don't want to use it at all. That is totally your call. And last but not least, you may notice that I am barefoot. Yes. It's my happy place. But this is a completely low impact workout. So we're not going to have any jumps. Again, some floor work. We're going to do some balance work. So if you want to join me and be barefoot for this workout, by all means, you can be there. But if you want to obviously rock your shoes, do what works best for you. And we're all good. So we're going to jump in there with our warm up, starting with our trunk twist. You just bring this around, making sure you're lifting up your heels as you bring the torso around, really twisting in this core. So we're warming that up because, like I said, today we're working the core. So we got to make sure that it's nice and worked out. And can you believe this is the last workout of the first phase? So phase one, this is the last one. I can't believe we've done 6 workouts. Well, by the time we finish today, 3, 2, 1. Now give me a nice reach, step reach. Really pulling, reaching through. If you notice, I'm really pulling to each side. But after today's workout, that means we would have gone through 6 workouts. Some of you have done all 3 levels of each workout. What? And so you've seen upper strength, lower strength, plyometrics, agility, all the things. And so we're wrapping up today with core and balance. 3, 2, 1. Now we're just going to do right here, lifting. So really activating here. So starting the next workout number 7, we're going to go back to the beginning. So you're going to see that lower strength coming in, but we're going to up it up a level. We're going to change things up and really challenge. So you've gotten to know the fundamental switch, but now we're going to build on everything that we've learned in the first phase, and then we kind of just challenge ourselves through, right? This is all about progress. And the same thing as before, we will have 3 levels for each of those workouts in phase 2 as well. So maybe you work through those. Also, or maybe you just stick with point 3. It's up to you. 3, 2, 1. Take it here. Swing that around. And then dipping down. Warming up our lower body because we are going to be doing some balance work. Really tapping into that. What's been awesome is so many of you have been leaving comments through the course of this first phase. So what's amazing is I've been listening, I've been reading them, and I've incorporated them into phase 2. So things that you've suggested, you're going to see them right there throughout the next phase of workout. 3, 2, 1. Give me the side trunk twist. And we're going to actually do the same thing for phase 3, right? Because phase 2 doesn't mean we're done. We're going to still take it up another level. So please feel encouraged that if there's things that you want to see, that you're not seeing in phase 2, let me know so that I can incorporate that into the third phase. 3, 2, 1. Reach it. Yes. Get pumped. Get excited. Finishing out this phase strong. Got some new stuff in here for you. I think we got a couple of familiar moves. 3, 2, 1. Knee lift. Give me a few seconds here on the second round. Really nice and strong. Other side. So set that intention. You might be able to remember where you were when you started these workouts when you started focused power. And maybe you've been mixing it in with other things that you're doing. But you can feel how maybe it's making those other things stronger as well. 3, 2, 1. This side dips. Bring it, swing it around. Yes. If you find it in there, get a little deeper. Go for it. I am feeling energized. Yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let me get the other side. There we go. So gotta keep it balanced. So, you know how I like to do, we're doing things for this phase in 2 sets. First set for today is gonna be 30 seconds in each move. And then the second time through will be 45 seconds. So our first set of moves are gonna be on the ground. So if you wanna pull out your mat, now's the time to do it. Because we're gonna be down here. And I'll probably adjust the mat so you can see me as we go through these. So first one, get down on the ground. We're gonna start with our crunches. So we have a series of just straight crunches, and then we're gonna do some cross crunches for 30 seconds each. Back, feet shoulder width apart. Hands, fingertips, I'm just literally put lightly behind my ears so that way I'm not pulling up on the back of my head or my neck. So really lifting up the chest. Here we go, and up. So lifting up the shoulders and chest, like your heart going towards the sky. Pick a pace. It can be faster or slower than mine, but try to maintain that pace and really utilizing your core to lift you up. Not using your neck or your head, right, or jolting. 3, 2, 1, cross. So you have your left elbow to right knee, right elbow to left knee. Same thing here. Really lifting the chest, bringing that across. And maybe it might just be a small move right now. Maybe this is the range of motion. It's the idea. Even though your elbow doesn't reach your knee, it's the idea that that's what we're working towards. 3, 2, 1. Bring it over onto all fours. I'm gonna adjust my mat here. So we're gonna do a lovely move called a bird dog. Don't know who named it that. I was like, are you serious? So all fours. Main points here, making sure that knees, hip align, right under stacked, right on top of each other. Same thing with your wrists, your elbow and your shoulder. It's all aligned. Don't lock out the elbows though, right? Just a little bit of a softness there. And you're gonna lift up, starting with your right hand, your left hand and your right leg. And we're just lifting that up and bringing that. Here we go. Foot is flexed, reaching back, pushing that heel towards the back wall. Awesome. Stretching that through, stretch. And maybe for the height, it doesn't have to be, right? It's just stretching. It doesn't have to be high. Switch sides. Again, making sure wrists under elbows not locked out. And maybe they tap the mat. Stretching through the heel. Notice how I'm pushing my heel straight back, elongating that, elongating the hands. 3, 2, 1, going back to the other side. And so this time, instead of bringing it down to the mat in between, we're gonna crunch through. So reach through, right arm straight forward, right leg back, and then you're crunching in. So I'm pulling my elbow and my knee in towards each other, and we're in it. For that left leg, make sure the top of your feet are really pressed on the mat. That's gonna help you with this balance. So we're really working the core, but you get to help the stabilized leg really help you with the balance. Bringing that in. Breathing through 3, 2, 1 more, other side. Realign, making sure the back is strong, out and in, right? So making sure that, keep going, but that the back is not dipping, right? That you're keeping this core engaged and lifted, and that's supporting you. Elongating, bringing it in. Strong move. 3, 2, you got it. One more. 1. Bring it down. Yes! Feel that strength. Okay, bring it up. So we're going into our standing balance moves. Again, you can use the chair if you want to. If it's gonna help, maybe you don't. So we're starting with lateral leg raise. So we're gonna start with our left leg, stabilizing the right, and then you just bring this up. Maybe you add your arms to it. Sometimes that helps me. Sometimes, like today, maybe not. Maybe not so much. Maybe it's bringing your hands to your torso. Are your hips facing forward? Or is there like maybe some twist action going on? I'm gonna keep everything aligned here. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Other side. Here we go. Again, maybe it is using a chair or even tapping down. I'm actually not tapping down to the ground. But believe me, if I were struggling, I would. And maybe the second round, I might be. Depends. Make sure there's a slight soft bend in this stabilized leg. Again, not locking it out. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Going back into stabilizing the right leg. We're gonna do a knee lift. So you're gonna bring it straight forward. Here we go. So same thing here. I'm actually tapping. So I'm just bringing my big toe down to the ground and then I'm bringing it back up. Maybe you add the arms, maybe you keep them stabilized, maybe you're holding onto a chair. This is where that balance, but even if you're using a chair, don't put all your weight on the chair. It's just there for a little bit of support. And then test yourself. Remove maybe a couple seconds and say, can I do maybe a few of these without? And then try, challenge yourself. 3, 2, 1, other side. Stabilize, slight bend, and go for it. Strong, even in the arms. Like if you're passively here, there's not a lot of stabilization. There's not a lot of activation. Whereas here, it feels stronger. I'm really utilizing my core to lift that leg. You're doing awesome. 3, 2, 1. Awesome, we're going into knee flex. So here, stabilizing the right leg, how we have been doing. Left leg back, and then you're gonna bend. Here we are. So heel towards the booty. Again, maybe you add your arms. Maybe your arms are on your hips. Note the arm. The arm movement helps me. And I'm just tapping my big toe down and then bringing it back up. Just literally hinging the knee, at the knee, bringing the foot down and back up, and switch sides. Here we go. There we go. It's like maybe you have to hold on and then your body's like, okay, what are we doing? Okay, I got it. And then you let go of the chair. I don't know if it's the arms just remind me to stay strong. I don't know what it is, but it really helps me. I can feel it, like everything's really working to keep this balance. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Going into our good morning. Feet shoulder width apart or slightly wider. And then we're just hinging at the hip and coming up. Here we go. In, down, up. So you are utilizing your booty coming up and under, but this is a great core worker. Elbows back, where you're keeping this chest nice and open and pulling this up. There we go. Pushing the booty back, then bringing this up. And maybe if you're feeling this in the back, don't come down as low. If you're feeling that in the lower back, push it back, but don't come down as low. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Coming into a sumo squat. So I'm going to move this out of the way. What is happening? So we're coming into wide stance, feet 45-degree angle, and you're going to come down, and we're pulsing. Arms out front. Yeah, so here, coming straight down. We've seen this before, maybe not in a pulse. But remember, nice tall spine, chest open. Because we're going to add on to this in a second. Micro movement, 1 to 2 inches. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe you hold on to a chair. I feel like I may need this. Now we're going to alternate lifting up our heel. So here we go. Right, left, right, left, right, left. There we go. Breathe. And this is definitely a balance. So maybe you're bringing that in and it's not as wide. Maybe you're not coming down as low, but you're like, okay, I can feel this, I'm working, right? But then also that balance, that core. 3, 2, maybe come down lower. 1, bring it up, shake it out. That was our first round. So, get some water. Like hazard zone over here. Ooh. That was going through, I think it was like 10, 11 moves, 30 seconds each. And so the second round through, we're bumping that up to 45 seconds. So some of these moves, the first round you're like, you know, I got that. That was a walk in the park. Now that we're gonna do it again, maybe not so much. You know, it's seeing where you are, being strong in the move, and then having the opportunity of challenging yourself to go further from there. So I'm just gonna get set up here, get my mat ready, because remember the first move we're coming into is our crunches. We have our standard crunch, and then we're gonna go into our cross crunch. So bring it down to the ground. Here we go. And so remember, we're here for 45 seconds, really utilizing the breath as you're coming up. Checking, do not pull from the neck, right? Not the chin. It's in the shoulders. Utilizing the core to bring up your torso. Heart towards the ceiling. Three, 2, 1. Slight shimmy, shimmy on the ground. Now to our cross crunches. Here we go. Remember, it's elbow to knee. The idea that you're coming up and bringing this elbow to the knee. Even if it doesn't get there, right? Like my elbow is not touching my knee. But I'm lifting from the core, twisting, and working that muscle. Who knows? Maybe by the end of this, my elbow will come to the knee. Maybe it won't. I mean, it's not a competition, right? It's just, how can I get stronger than I was yesterday, right? What can I do for me to help me be a stronger version of myself, not only just physically, but mentally. Like the fact that we're here and we're pushing through, even though this might be uncomfortable, the fact that we see it through, that is building some mental strength that no one can ever take away from us. 3, 2, 1, bring it over. I mean, remember this, as wonderful as the physical strength can be, right, gaining that, the big win is the mental strength, because it helps you not only get through this, but when you can get through something like this and do the hard things, you realize you can get through anything. Bring it down. Pick a side. And here we go. Up. Reaching that through. So a big thing here, I mentioned before, not only keeping the top of your foot on that stabilized leg down to the mat, but also if you feel pain in the wrist, and I get that a lot, make sure it's not just the palm, but you're pressing through your fingertips as well, like the pads of your finger. And I have my hands wide, almost like a spider web on the mat, and supporting all the way through my full hand. And other side. Here we go. So remember, wrist underneath our shoulder, fingers spread wide, supporting ourselves not only through the palm of our hand, but through the pads of our finger, pressing heel back towards the ground, reaching right arm forward. It's like all those little things. And then don't forget, engage in the core. Keep going, making sure your back's not dipping. And rest. Shake out your hands if you need to, because now we're coming into doing bird dogs, but then crunching, bringing the knee and the elbow together. So bring it up, pick a side. Here we go. In. So everything's the same. The only difference is that we're actually squeezing everything in together here in the center. I'll be quiet now and let you breathe. If you have to take a second to stop, but then get back in it. Three, 2, 1. Other side. And I'm sweating too. I'm struggling. You gotta like shake it out, wiggle it out, and then get back in it. Get your head back in the game. I don't even care if you have to pause 50 million times in this. The idea is that you can shake it off and get back in. Tell yourself you can do it. Come on, 5 more seconds. 2, last one. Awesome. Shake that out. Shake it out. That was amazing. Woo. Bring that up. I'm like, I think I'm done with this mat. It has absorbed all the sweat. It has done all the things for me. Awesome. So now we're going into a lateral leg raise. Here we are. And lift. So I'm starting with lifting my left leg. Just see how far you can go. It's like challenge yourself to go the distance and then try to go one more. Right? That's all that we're doing. It's like We're being where we are, right? And then just finding it within us to go one step further. 3, 2, 1, other side. Here we go. And sometimes we don't, for so many reasons, whether it's fear, doubt that we'll fail. Sometimes we are scared to even ask of ourselves to go as far, to see where that point is, right? Because then we think it's not good enough, but it is. That's what this is all about, is knowing that whatever you have to give right now, exactly where you are, is not just good enough, it's more than good enough. And then if you can dig a little bit further deeper and just go one step further, that's just icing on the cake. That's just a bonus. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Switch legs into our knee lift. Here we go. It's like if you need permission to be proud of yourself where you are right now, I'm giving you permission. Even if you know what I'm saying? It's like, I give you permission to be proud of you, regardless of what that looks like, regardless of if in your mind you have built up like some version of what it should be, right? What it needs to be. Like, let go of that. You are perfect exactly where you are, exactly how you are. We're just choosing to gain a little bit more strength, a little bit more balance. That's it. Switch sides. Awesome. Breathe. I had to talk myself through this too. It's like, okay, so I'm wobbling, so I'm burning, so I have to pause. But it doesn't make me any less amazing than the person I was before I even started this, Nice, strong in the core. Just a reminder, if you've gotten a little bit passive, right? Just going through the motions, keep it strong. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Into our knee flex. So I'm like, I went for the chair, but I don't think I need the chair. Lift it up. And tap the toe, or maybe you don't, right? Maybe it just hovers over the ground and then you bring that heel up, flexing the foot, really flexing that knee in. I don't know why tendency for me is to do the thing. I don't know what the thing is, but it's the thing. 3, 2, 1. Other side. Don't lock out that knee. That was totally a cue for myself. I felt myself doing it. It's like, no. You got this. You got this. 3 more moves after this. 3 more. And then you are done with phase 1. What? 3 more moves away from you literally crushing and doing the thing. Give me 2 more seconds here. I know it's burning. If you got to hold on to something, if you got to step it, shake it out, get back in it. 3, 2, 1. Into our good mornings, no break. Here we go. Down and up. Nice and strong. Remember to bring these elbows back. Really utilizing booty back. Yes. Keep going. This 45 seconds seems long. I promise you. I'm watching that time. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Bring it into our sumo squats. 45 seconds. A minute and a half of these last 2 moves. We got it. We are here. We got this. Bring it down. Here we go. Pulse it. Arms forward. Maybe bring them straight. Or maybe they're clasped. Maybe you're just like, I need to bring it down to my hips. It's okay. The arms up, it's more of that balance work, right? Trying to keep your chest nice and tall. Pressing through your full foot, right? Okay, in my heel, I feel it in my heel. I feel stable through my entire foot. And then if you can bring it down a little bit lower without leaning forward. So if you're starting to come down and it's leaning, bring it back up. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up, shake it out before we go into this last one. Just because we're gonna do the heel raise on this. All right, here we go. Down. Alternating heel raise. Here we go. My feet are slipping. Maybe I need to wear some. Maybe I should have had shoes on. Or if you bring it up closer, literally. I'm like, and maybe you're here. Maybe you're staying in that wide stance and you're good. Like, mental note, don't move the mat next time. I guess I'll need it for this. Come on, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. What? Get some water. We made it. I made it. Ah. It's sometimes we have this idea, right, where it's like, you know, we see someone, whether it's like your favorite fitness instructor or athlete even, and they do something, and sometimes we see them in their peak performance mode, and sometimes we lose sight of the fact that like everyone struggles at some point, and some days, right? It's not to say that we all have days where either, you know, something's tight or something's not as strong as it was yesterday. Our bodies are always in flux. And so sometimes we just have the visualization of what that person did on like their best day. And we think it's always like that for them. That is not true. You know, I'm proof and just one example of I'm here and I do these things all the time, but there's some days where it really is a challenge. And it's okay, we all have those days, but let that just, you know, hopefully encourage you to know that's like, you're good. Let's bring it over to the side, really stretch that out, so lean it in. Just walk through. If you want to use the chair, you can, right? If right here, like, oh, this is a great place to be, which it does feel really lovely. Or maybe you come down, lower, pressing the booty back. I'm gonna let you sit in some of these stretches because that last set, the 45, like that's a lot of contraction of the muscles, especially in the sumo squat. So just stretching that out. Other side. And breathe. And just take inventory the fact that you did just do some hard things, that you did finish this. I don't want you to think about things that you're like, oh, but I didn't do that, or I didn't do all of those. None of that. Nope. No, that's not that kind of party. We're here to celebrate. To celebrate. Remember that. In anything that you do. Every time that you try. It doesn't even have to be this dirty. Any time that you try, celebrate. Stretch the quads. Lift this up. I had trouble with this yesterday's workout. But I foam rolled. So reminder to yourself, foam rolling is a good thing. Myofascial release, yoga, all of those things. I mean, there's so many great yoga instructors here on Joyn that it's like so many different options, like the chair, the ball yoga, which I haven't done, but I totally want to do it. But just ways to kind of get that extra stretch and love in there. Other side. Well, I was like, will I be able to do this without holding on to anything? No, not a chance yet. Oh, that feels good. Breathe. And no, sometimes the workouts, even these, like they might be 30, 35, 40 minutes, and sometimes you feel like, I don't have a full 40 minutes, so I shouldn't do it. It's okay to come through, do one round, and if that's all the time you have, it's okay. Like, don't ever feel like you just can't hop in and do what you need, right? Whenever you need it. I think sometimes we think, well, the workout was that long, I have to be able to do all of it. That's not true. Do what you need to do. Give me wide stance. We're gonna just stretch out the core a little bit. Deep breath. In. Clasping fingers. Press it towards the ceiling. Bring it forward. Press it forward. Bring it down. Let's do it a couple of times. Deep breath up. Clasping fingers, pressing palms towards the ceiling. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, bring it out front. Rounding that back. It's okay to round the back. Inhale, press palms towards me. Exhale, release. Let it go. One more time. Deep breath in. Exhale, press towards the ceiling. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, bring it down in front. Inhale, press towards me. Inhale, inhale. Exhale, bring arms down. Stretch. Bring in legs a little bit closer together. Just breathe it. Clasp. Palms still together. Lean over. Maybe bring it in a little bit closer. Engage the tushy. Reaching your arms over. Pressing hips towards the opposite side. Right, if you feel this. Counter stretch. Bring it slowly up and then reverse. Getting a nice stretch in that side body. Maybe you turn your chest a little bit towards, not so that it's a back bend, but just open up the chest a little bit. And as you exhale, relax into that, but keeping it elongated and lifted. So not slouching down, but keep that lifted up. And slowly bring that up. Shake it out. Congratulations. You just completed phase 1, focus power. I wish I had like a confetti ball or something. I feel like to celebrate the completion of that phase. So like I said, now we're gonna go back into starting from the top. You're gonna see the same workouts, the same order that we did in the first phase. The only thing is you're gonna see some new moves. You're gonna see the structure change up a little bit. We're gonna be adding weights. It's gonna be a new ball game, but things that are somewhat familiar, right? Like it's not gonna be completely like, is this a completely different workout? Like we're just building on it. So I'm excited to continue this journey with you. Get ready because we're going the distance together, and I will see you in phase 2.